Well, hello. Today is the 1962 James Bond movie Dr. No. A British agent and his secretary in Jamaica are assassinated. They were investigating radio waves disrupting the space launches at Canaveral. James Bond is assigned to find out why. Right away, on landing in Jamaica, someone posing as a driver tries to kill him. He does meet up with his CIA contacts, and he finds out the agents were investigating Crab Key and a mysterious Dr. No. Once again, they try to kill him with a tarantula. And after several more attempts, he decides to go to Crab Key with a CIA agent named Quarrel. They find Honey Rider, who is collecting seashells to sell. The armed guards on the island, though, destroy their boat and track them down with dogs. Eventually, an armored car disguised as a dragon finds them. Quarrel is killed and Bond and Honey get captured. There they meet Dr. No, a half-German Chinese who works for Agency Spectre, and finds out his plan. Bondo manages to escape him and infiltrate the reactor room and set it off. He also kills Dr. No in a fight. Then he finds Honey and rescues her, and they escape the island before it blows up. So this is a 1962 James Bond movie. It was actually the very first one. Of course, it was based on a series of books by Ian Fleming. This one was like in the middle of the series, but they decided to do it first. And it was actually by Harry Saltzman and Albert Broccoli, and it was directed by Terrence Young, who did some more Bond movies later on. And of course, it was starred Sean Connery, and this was his first big role, and it's really the one that made him a big star. Supposedly, Terrence Young, tried to polish him up because he was kind of from a working class background, so he could be a bit more suave and debonair. And actually, there was some iffiness about him being cast, but the girls liked him. I know Ian Fleming thought David Niven should be for the part, but he actually did start to really grow on Connery and actually officially made Bond Scottish to fit that persona. And this is obviously the first of the movies. I think it's a pretty enjoyable movie. It starts off, the Bond kind of formulaic approach. He's a very, suave, debonair guy who the women love. He has romances with many women, both good and bad. And there's also the main Bond girl, which would be kind of the one that helps him out on his mission. And there's usually this super villain that he'll meet and get captured, and for some reason they don't kill him, which allows him to escape and single-handedly foil their evil plan. I know, like, there was a Saturday Night Live sketch that did that, like, if you catch this guy, you should just kill him. Don't explain your plans to him and let him escape. But this is a fun. Obviously, it was a big success. I mean, it was a very low budget movie, kind of 1 million only at the time, and they made cajillions of money on this, and it became one of the most popular franchises in history. And they also made it was very well done. It was well produced. All these exotic locations. This one was basically just in Jamaica, but as time went on, it would morph into a lot more places around the world. And I pretty enjoyed this movie. I saw it first as a little kid when we got HBO and they were showing them all. And I know my dad really loved the Sean Connery ones. And I think he is the definitive James Bond. None ever really came close to matching him. And, there's something about this guy who's, he could be charming and yet also quite ruthless. And I think this is a great series that just recently, of course, is probably going to fall to the wokeness or something. But for the most part, this was a very well done franchise, and this is the first of them. And it didn't have the gadgets that it would start to have later on. But I think it's any Bond movie is great. I just always love them. I watch them a lot of times, and I'll probably watch them many times again. So if you stuck with me this long, thanks a lot. You're a unique individual.